So the Morton tactical formation appears to be the same as it was on Saturday. A three-man central defence with Derek Collins there at number 2, pushing forward wide on the right side of midfield. Losing out there to Boyd. Martin Doak plays it forward, headed away by Patterson. This is Pickering, winning number 3, playing wide on the left side of midfield. Trying an early shot to test Alistair Maxwell. Had a fine match on Saturday, Pickering, and that's a very good attacking move.
Well, it's nice to see this, and it's good to see it if you're underdogs, Jock. You try and put the team under pressure early on and get some shots on goal and test Alistair Maxwell.
Headed on by McDonald. Patterson with McCabe. Here's McDonald. Alexander fling it through, and what a great recovery that was by Tom Boyd. Now that is one of his special attributes, his tremendous pace in the recovery.
Well, what an advantage this is here, having someone like Tom Boyd, as they do get through. Ron Alexander just pokes it through, and David McCabe just for a minute thinks he's in there, but Tom Boyd's having none of it. Good positive start from both teams though, Jock. None of them sitting back and taking it easy. Both looking to get in there and create the first opening.
There's a chance for Stevie Kirk. The cross came from Cooper once again. Well, Kirk scored with his first touch at Pittodrie against Aberdeen in round 3, and then with his second touch against Falkirk in round 4. There's Alexander playing that into space in midfield, helped on by Collins. Here's Martin Doak with the clearance. Collins perhaps guilty of handball. No, the referee waves play on, and Collins breaks on the right for Morton. Testing Chris McCart. There's good running by Collins. Russell getting back well to intercept. Now here's Boyd on the counter-attack for Motherwell. Turns defence into attack so swiftly. Has Cooper available on the left. Cusack waits in the middle. Great play from Cooper. Looking for Arnott. Played across. And the ricochet gives Motherwell the lead. It's Tom Boyd who supported the attack. He started it all off, and he's finished it, and it's the perfect opening for Motherwell. So Tom Boyd getting his 3rd goal of the season. Scotland international, making his debut against Romania in September. Here's Boyd again, the Motherwell captain. Cooper again. It's fine play from Motherwell. And a very well-timed tackle there by Jim Hunter, the sweeper. Chested down by Alexander. Here's McCabe. Gagan in lots of space. Taking on Nyholt. That's well held by Maxwell. It wasn't an easy one by any means, with Dave McCabe closing in so quickly. Good goalkeeping by the Scotland number 3.
Yes, he had to keep his eye on it as John Gagan slips outside, and he doesn't quite hit it well, but there's McCabe looking for any slip, but Maxwell's having none of it.
There's McDonald. Cross comes Stevie Kirk. Good enough there to earn the throw for Motherwell. So Kirk playing wide on the right side of the Motherwell midfield. There's Cusack. This is Brian Reid, another young man who'll be attracting attention from bigger clubs. There's Pickering. Good challenge that by McCart. Doak releasing Gagan with an excellent first-time pass. He's in behind Nyholt. Playing it across early. It's just too high for McCabe. Well, that was all started by the excellent first-time pass from Martin Doak, continued by Gagan.
And it's a wonderful cross. He doesn't mess about, Gagan, when he gets there. He puts it in the danger area, and McCabe's only fractionally in too early.
And attracting the attention of, among others, Brian Clough, the manager of Nottingham Forest, who's in the stand this evening. Colin Jackson scouting for Sheffield United. Billy McNeil and Tommy Craig from Celtic also looking on with great interest. Disappointed perhaps, I think, that Alan Mahood is not playing for Morton. McCabe going for that with Boyd. That's a very interesting contest as far as pace is concerned. But just look at the skill there of Tom Boyd. He showed pace, strength and tremendous skill. That
was a wonderful piece of action, wasn't it, Jock? I think it just shows the determination of both teams. think Dave McCabe was going to give it up either, but Tom Boyd was certainly determined. You see, he just stopped for a minute, Boyd, but then look at him pick up his legs again and get going. And that's a wonderful sliding tackle. Not only that, he's good enough and alert enough to keep it in play and just stroll away with it. Super play.
And remember, Dave McCabe, the man he was chasing, is very quick indeed. That's a fine ball in. Well, one inside the penalty area. The chance now for Morton. And the chance is spun by McCabe. Well, there's frustration in the face of Dave McCabe, and we'll see why.
Yes, they don't come much better than this as the ball comes in and is cleared. And it's Brian Reid who intelligently just knocks into the danger area. And you would have bet that Dave McCabe would have scored there.
Cusack's head flick. Cooper winning the ball, but then running into Collins. An awkward one for McCabe and for Patterson. Back from McCabe. Here's Russell. No time at all given to Bobby Russell. Morton really have the bit between the teeth now. They're very determined indeed, looking to cash in on this excellent spell. There's Pickering! And that's the kind of goalkeeping which has put Alistair Maxwell in the Scotland squad.
Well, I'm sure this takes everyone by surprise, and Alistair Maxwell as well. As it reaches Mark Pickering, you don't really think he's going to have a shot. You think he's looking probably to put this in, but he decides to have a go, and that's great goalkeeping. You can see it bounces just in front of him, but again he keeps his eye firmly on the ball.
So the header away there by Patterson. There's Fowler! Inches wide of the post. It was turned away there by Maxwell again. It's a corner kick to Morton, and this is now developing into a tremendous cup tie.
Well,
what a good save it was. No, Maxwell didn't get it. The defender deflected it.
I think he may have had it covered, Jock, but this is a super spell from Morton.
There's Collins to the far post. Maxwell is committed, deciding to punch. And that, I think, was a good decision. Lashed into the far enclosure there. Maxwell turning out to be a key man for Motherwell in goal. Here's Gagan. Not on there. Challenge came from Boyd. Here's Gagan again, trying to play that across. He had McCabe waiting inside the 6-yard box. He just had to roll the ball square, and that surely would have been the equaliser.
Well, I think Dave McCabe will be absolutely furious here. As the ball reaches John Gagan, it comes over, he only has to roll across the goal, and you see Dave McCabe there. Could surely have scored from there. That's another glorious chance. You do feel though, Jock, they're getting chances and they aren't taking them, and that could be crucial. They've got to take one of these pretty soon.
And they also require to be totally diligent in defence. Motherwell are very adept at striking in the break. Cusack going in late on Doak. Not had much service, Nick Cusack, especially in the second half, so trying to fight hard for possession. There's Colin O'Neill. Now Boyd. Linking there with Russell. There's the strength of Boyd coming forward again. It's a great pass for Arnott. Cusack on the far side of the box. It's cut up by Reid. Russell just easing that back to O'Neill. Lofting it forward. There's no offside. It's a great chance for Arnott. Well, what a miss by Dougie Arnott. He'll be so disappointed with that. It was a brilliant pass from O'Neill.
It certainly was, and we've certainly seen some chances squandered, Jock. And really, Dougie Arnott could have clinched it for Motherwell here. He's got more time than he thinks. Probably takes it with his wrong foot, in my opinion.
There's Collins playing further and further forward. Wide on the right for Morton. Alexander's layoff. There's Collins again. In goes Patterson. Boyd to Russell. Cooper couldn't quite make it. The ball was out. Well, Tom McLean and Tom Forsyth, the Motherwell management team, on their feet on the track, complaining the ball was not over the line. And Davy Cooper, to his credit, made no such observation, having already been booked, of course. Nyholt sweeping the ball out, complaining, I think, that the call from Maxwell came too late. There's Cooper's header into the stand as Collins tries to force forward again. Played in there by Collins. The clearance reaches McDonald. There's a chance. Turned in now by Geoghegan. Morton have equalised. It's the former Motherwell player, John Geoghegan, who sets this cup tie alight.
And you can't see that Morton haven't deserved this shot. From about the 20th minute in this match, they've come forward and dominated.
This ball played in, cleared there by Kirk, controlled by Ian McDonald. The shot beaten high in the air by Maxwell, and it was Geoghegan who was first to react. That's the goal which has kept Morton in this tie.
Yes, when you look at it, it's his first touch that gives McDonald the opportunity, but I can't help thinking that a goalkeeper of Alistair Maxwell's quality will be disappointed with that job.
Food for thought now for Tommy McLean. This tie has got to be won all over again. McCabe's in the clear. There's a chance for Morton. Nyholt through the cross. And a good effort by McCabe, but he was under pressure all the way. The credit defensively must go here to look Nyholt.
Yes, it does, for the simple reason, Jock, that even his pace it would have taken away from many. It makes him go right. You see that? He has to drag it wide.
Pickering playing it forward. Crunching tackle in there, and McCabe is in behind McCart now. Morton sending players right into the penalty area. One of them is Alexander, and it's dumped away by Patterson. There's Collins. An awkward one for Maxwell. A very quick recovery indeed.
Well, again Morton caused problems, and again it's McCabe, this time on the left wing as he bend one, and who is it is back there? Davy Cooper. He may not have defended very well, but I think he just did enough to cause him. And Alistair Maxwell, normally the most sound of goalkeepers, showing slight signs of nerves even then, Jock.
Boyd getting up well. Still the loose balls in midfield falling to Morton players more often than not. It is remarkable, bearing in mind the fact that O'Neill and Russell seem to rule things in the opening quarter of this match. Geoghegan plays it across. There's Ian McDonald. Beautifully struck. He really is an outstanding striker of the ball, as he's shown so often from free kicks tonight, but that was a great effort.
You won't see many better struck than this as it comes to him just at the edge of the box. He's fairly well out, but he hits it and he's hoping for a bit of bend, and he gets it, but just not enough. And even Alistair Maxwell struggling to get across there on his near side, Jock. I think that just shows you how well that was struck.
Reed's commanding header. McCabe well tackled there by Chris McCart. O'Neill looking for Arnott, who's peeled off there to the left. Taking on Martin Doak. Looking for support. He gets it from Russell and from Cooper. That's back for Russell. A great ball from Cooper. A great chance now for Motherwell. And the craft and the skills of Cooper and Russell almost opened up the Morton defence.
Well, that's what Tom McLean, why he likes those two to play together. You don't feel that they're going to go anywhere, but suddenly they combine. Lovely little move. It's a great little run. Cooper finds him perfectly. And this is a chance for Russell. Takes it with his wrong foot again, Joe. Tries to bend it in with the outside of his right. Would have been much better taking it with his left.
The long throw from O'Neill. Here's Arnott. Finding it impossible to get the better of Hunter. Still trying though, and fouled in the end. Well, two very determined customers, Dougie Arnott and Jim Hunter.
I would always be worried when you give away free kick shot. Cooper's such a great deliverer of the ball, but this is always going to cause problems from this area.
So Cooper surveying the scene, delivering the free kick. The gets the headed glance shot, and it's cleared there off Oily. Again, it's cleared off the line. What a let-off there for Morton. Here's Steve Kirk, who had one of those chances for Motherwell. Settling again for a corner kick. Well, the chances were thick and fast there for Motherwell.
Well, I'm not too sure if it's good defending, bad finishing, a combination of everything. You certainly see it's like bagatelle. That's great defending on the line there by Martin Doak. Saved a certain goal.
Headed by Doak. Here's Alexander. It's still Morton looking the more likely coming forward. A chance now for Geoghegan on the break. Well, he scored the equaliser against his former club. That would have been a dream come true.
This is actually a better chance shot than it looks, because it sets up for John Gagan. It's there to be volleyed. Get it on target, make him save it. He'll be disappointed he hasn't done that.
Well, referee Hugh Williamson studying his watch carefully. He'd even had a look at his replacement watch to see if they're in accord. Header by Reid. Up goes Boyd. Reid comes forward again. Here's Tom Boyd and Arnott. The final whistle goes. We're in for a penalty shootout, and applause around the stadium, particularly, it's fair to say, from these Morton supporters. And the shootout about to commence. Alan McGraw told me before the match he wasn't too sure his heart could stand up to this. So Alistair Maxwell has been out of luck, and the only penalty he's faced this season, looking to change that record now. Here's McInnes against Maxwell. Well, now we know why the young man took the first one.
Well, that's confidence for you. I'm never too happy about a man who just comes on taking the first penalty. He's only been on 10 minutes. How's that for composure? Now, the pressure on Davy Cooper.
Well, the contrast. The young man for Morton and the senior citizen, the football pensioner, 35-year-old Davy Cooper, who's taken many a crucial kick throughout a long, illustrious career. Can Whaley save this? 100% record so far this season. Well, it made it only just. Not too convincing, but effective enough.
Yes, I fully expected Davy Cooper to score. He knows all about the pressures of penalties, but certainly David Whaley gets very close to it. Pressure back on Morton.
Mark Pickering it is. He'll take the next. Another of those late entrants to the senior game in the Morton ranks. What a fine couple of matches he's had. So can Maxwell do something here for Motherwell? There's the Morton bench looking on anxiously. Well, first blood to Motherwell. Sheer dejection there for Pickering.
Yeah, instead of placing it, decides to go for the blast. Really is nowhere near. But it's not over yet.
Well, another extremely experienced penalty taker coming up now for Motherwell. It is Ian Ferguson, who's been taking penalty kicks since he signed for Dundee back in the 70s as a youngster. Well, very accurate indeed. One of the finest strikers of the ball in the country.
Jock, this is a tremendous penalty, and believe me, it has to be, because David Whaley goes early, guesses right, and if it hadn't been as well placed, he would have saved that.
Well, Ferguson's a happy man, so Motherwell still with the edge. Owen Alexander. Well, that's the way to take them. Another of the experienced players on the field. So Morton have missed one, but not this one.
And this is one of mine. I certainly would take him like that, Jock. Having played 120 minutes, you're a little bit tired. Put it down, keep your eye on it, hit the back of the ball into the net.
Now, here comes Steve Kirk, the substitute, who was the hero in the third and fourth rounds. Tommy McLean can scarcely look on. Here's Steve Kirk. Very calmly taken. Well, he's been a hero for Motherwell in this cup run.
Confidently struck as well, wasn't it, Jock?
So the edge remains with Motherwell. They each had 3 penalty kicks, 3-2 to Motherwell. Alan McGraw looking on whizzically now. It's Martin Dock, who really must score here to keep Morton in with a chance. Well, there's no argument about that.
It was close, Alan, I know. Yes, he certainly buries this one. But David Whaley knows that at some time he's either got to save or force Motherwell to miss one.
Well, again, experience preferred by Motherwell. Another of their very accomplished, experienced players. Bobby Russell. Well, so calm. He enjoyed that all right. Well, we're now into the stage where another miss by Morton would end it.
It looked like missing one, Motherwell, up till now, Jock, though.
Well, I wonder who the player will be. He'll take the last for Motherwell. He'll be hoping, of course, he doesn't have to, because John Geoghegan has to score this to keep Morton in the cup. And he has, totally convincingly, applauded by his manager.
And it's Colin O'Neill, Jock, that's going to step up, but this is a wonderful penalty. No chance of saving that. The pressure's on Colin O'Neill, the one that was suffering from cramp earlier on, about 10 minutes before the end.
Well, Motherwell, strangely enough, have only had one penalty kick this season, and Colin O'Neill took it and scored. So O'Neill has the chance to win the tie and take Motherwell through to a semi-final against Celtic. It's all down to this kick. Totally convincing. Motherwell are through. Celebrations from O'Neill, while Hugo Sanchez eat your heart out.